What empowers you to do what you do?
I am fired up about cooperative people power and to try to promote this idea that we're all in this together, and nonviolence is a real big part of making that happen.
And just feeling connected to people across issues and across movements who are throwing themselves in, not exactly knowing what's going to come out. I think those relationships help me move forward.
I like to say that we are people who are sobering up from being addicted to violence. A friend of mine came up with that terminology, and so we have a society that's built upon the idea that there are some lives and some experiences that matter more than others. So I think one of the ways that we help people to realize that they are a victim of oppression, that we live in a culture that glorifies oppression and permits it. One of the ways to do that is to help people to realize through your own modeling, but also through the arts, through drama, dance, music, and other self-expression, that we're able to show that there is a disconnect.
And so it's a way to say a lot is happening to us in life, and yes, we are suffering. And so it's important to figure out how to use that suffering for an end goal that makes sense, because we're going to be suffering anyway.
Like, what are you willing to do for what you believe in is something that's helped me. Start small. A nonviolent action can look like a lot of things. You don't have to be, blocking a highway or putting your body on the line. There are incredible examples of powerful actions that have posed moral questions to my community, to many communities, that look like someone singing a song in the right place or someone going to a big protest. Every person counts.
So I often say, don't get bogged down in the numbers, get bogged down in meaning, making something meaningful. Because the meaningfulness is what people hold on to and draw their energy from, especially in times where it feels like there's like hopelessness. That meaning that you instill in people is the foundation that people continue to draw from. That's the river that they draw from.
Good morning, Vision. Welcome to our Sunday celebration. I'm so glad you can join us. Pull up a chair, get comfortable. Don't click on anything else. Just stay right where you are. This is where you need to be. This is the place where transformation through this practical spirituality happens. So don't go any more further. Don't click on anything else. Put your cell phone down. Get comfortable. We have a wonderful celebration for you today. I know and accept that it will fill your heart and it will make your day. Because I know that's what we always say, right? A good service, a good celebration will make your day. A good class will change your life. So at the end, we're going to be talking about upcoming classes, and stick around for that as well. Let us begin where everything begins, and that is in prayer. So please join me. I give great thanks for this day, for everything that it is, knowing that it is a gift from God. We know that each and every day that we awaken in love, we awaken in truth, we awaken resonating in all of those qualities of God, because that is the truth of who we are. We are an activity that Spirit is having. We are the place where Spirit is showing up in form. Everything about us is spiritual, right down to the cells and the organs and the subatomic particles of our body. That too is Spirit, because it is energy, and energy is all there is, and God is all there is. And this is the truth that we know, that we live, and that we share. Giving great thanks for this day, for everyone in it, for all of the good, because we know God is good all the time. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. How you doing? I'm glad you're stopping by wherever you are, right? I'm glad that you've taken this time out this morning to stop by, to sit down, to share this Sunday celebration. Your energy is so important, and it is missed in this room, but I know and accept that you're sending that love and harmony right through this technology. So I want you to know that we have practitioners all the time that are here to support you in that, to just support you in that, in staying in that balanced and loving and harmonious place. And those practitioners are available 24/7. You'll find them on our website, www.visioncsl.org. You can go to the practitioners page and find a practitioner name and phone number, call them, get prayer over the phone. There is a prayer request form also on our website you can fill out and send it, and we will email back to you. Or if you leave your phone number, we'll call you back, pray with you over the phone, however you would like to be served. We are here to serve you in prayer. At the end of our celebration, we're going to have our meet and greet Zoom. Meet and greet room on Zoom. That's what it is. And it's here to serve as well. And it gives us an opportunity to get feedback from you. So please join in. The Zoom address will be in the dialogue box. And we look forward to chatting with you after the celebration is over. It's a wonderful thing to be able to get together through the technology, because we cannot yet get together in the physical realm. So, you know, it is the best thing that we can do for the moment. I hope you are doing your part as well, staying at home, sheltering in place, wearing your mask when you go out. I understand we're double masking now, so that's a good thing too. Just go ahead and do that. Stay safe, stay healthy, get your vaccine when it's your time to get your vaccine, and we will be back together in this room as quickly as we can, and it'll be wonderful. We will have a party, Vision. We will absolutely have a party. So, I want to talk to all of you, Vision members, Vision visitors, Vision non-members. Even if this is your first time tuning in, you found us. That's a wonderful thing. Don't go anywhere. You have found us. This is the place. This is where you want to be. This is where you get information and tools to change your life. And that's what we always say about the science of mind and spirit and Centers for Spiritual Living, is that it is a practical spirituality. We transform lives through this practical spirituality. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us and just allow yourself to be immersed in it. We have a welcome that we always say for our guests. So let's say it right now for everyone, for our Vision members, who those faithful watchers who tune in every week, and our visitors and our drop-ins, and maybe someone who is here for the first time. Let us say together, just say it out loud. Go ahead. For everyone that's listening in. Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And we mean that from the bottom of our hearts because we know God is one. And so we are all one, whether we know you or not. We love you. So now I'm going to turn it over to the celebration singers, and they are going to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation by singing a lovely centering song for us. Okay, take it away, celebration singers.
Good morning. My name is Donna Thomas, and I'm a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision. Please just get comfortable in your chairs and whatever you need to do so we can listen to the quotes. The quotations, bring them into your heart as we move into the silence, and allow the tones of the bowl to bring you into and out of our 5-minute meditation. The first quote: maybe the greatest madness is to see life as it is rather than what it could be. That's from Don Quixote from Cervantes. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes: a true estimate of real values cannot be built on the shifting sands of time alone. In the long run, we shall reap as we have sown. As we allow the resonance of the bowl to permeate our heart, let us stay in this meditative state as we know that there is only one power. It is God, it is Spirit, it is the divine, it is who we are. It is all that there is right here, right now. As individual expressions of this one, we know that God, Spirit, the divine, principle, all moves in us, around us, and through us, right here, right now, as we are these individualized expressions of this one, listening with our heart to what it tells us. It is good, it is very good, and I know right here, right now, that as we listen to our inner self, the guidance that we have, we know that anything that needs to be healed is healed. The healing is in the revealing of our spiritual self, our oneness, as we accept this and know that we move as God moves in us, around us, and through us. It is good, it is very good. And I know that right here, right now, the thoughts that we think are the thoughts that we have today. And we can change each thought as we choose today in the present. And I know that what we choose is also what we reap. So be mindful today as we choose our thoughts carefully and know that they are blessings given to us by the divine. It is so good to know and to be aware of this oneness as it moves in, around, and through us always, and to connect with it at a higher level, at a deeper level, at a knowing level, that God is all there is. There is only oneness right here, right now. And I am so grateful for this knowing that there is only one, and I am an individualized expression of it, as is each one in the universe, in the world, wherever you are, each one is an individualized expression of this one. And I am so grateful for this knowing, and as I release these words into law, I know that they are made manifest. And it is good, it is very good, and we say, and so it is.
Hello, Vision. My name is Steph Johnson. This is my husband, Rob Thorsen, and we are so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having us today. Good morning, Vision. I want to play a song for you that I wrote. It's on a couple albums ago, and I wrote it right around the time I started doing outreach for Voices of Our City Choir, which is a choir for people that are unsheltered in San Diego. And the song was used in this documentary about us, which is really special and important, called The Homeless Choir Speaks. So I want to play it for you, because you guys are holding the vision, and we're all holding the vision together here. Maybe that's why we are here, to see when one of us is cold, and maybe we're not too old to see that the time is now to be bold. Forget about what you've been told. There's a new religion of freedom. It's called love. Now go to the root of your soul. Let go of the space that you know, and your spirit will soar endlessly. Before we grow too attached to what we see, come on, hang back a while and just breathe. When
listen, everybody becomes love. Yes. Oh, oh, maybe that's why we are here. Oh, maybe, oh, maybe that's why. Oh, come on, oh, come on, oh, come on, oh, hey.
That was just so lovely. Thank you, Steph. That was just wonderful. I love hearing your voice. You looked great on TV, too. I'm looking forward to more of that. So, good morning, everyone. This is the last talk of our monthly theme, Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. Big theme for the month of January. Starts off our year, 2021, in a really good and positive and powerful place. So we started this month's theme with the talk Old Truths, and then we moved into New Thought, and then playing the game of life. And really, all three of those talks had more to do with the first part of that theme, the timeless wisdom part. And then last week, we discussed changing and growing, which is more about the evolutionary vision. And then, so today, we're moving along in that same vein with today's talk, the long view. And that has to do with our evolutionary vision as well. So for me, this idea of the long view is about keeping our eyes on the goal while simultaneously living fully in the present. How about that? Keeping your eyes on the future while you work toward it in the present. Now, that can seem like a contradiction in terms, I know. I mean, you're probably thinking, what are you asking? You know, what are you asking of me? How do I stay focused in the present and the future at the same time? I am not a time traveler. How do I bilocate? That's ridiculous. Can't be in two places at the same time. Well, that, to me, is what taking the long view is really all about. We must know where we want to be in the future in order to make those logical and constructive affirmations and use affirmative thought and use affirmative prayer that will get us there. That makes sense? Of course it does. You know it does. We use our power where we have it, and we have it in the now, right? To change and to alter and to construct the future for when we get there. Change your future when we change our minds. Aha, there's a little play on our tagline, right? Dr. Ernest Holmes always said, change your thinking, change your life. Well, we must change our thinking in the now in order to see it evolve, in order to see it manifest in our future. We can alter the trajectory of our lives by changing our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings in the present. So it's sort of like, yeah, we do have one foot in each place. We are absolutely grounded in the now, grounded in the present, in order to change what is to come. Ernest Holmes said this: the ability to attain your goals, to control your experiences, and have them result in happiness, prosperity, and success lies in your own mind and the way you use it. This means you control your experiences. You are really in charge of your affairs and the way that they are to develop. And this is what I'm referring to. This idea, when we talk about the long view, we're talking about changing our thoughts in the present, which affects our future, right? And now this is not about daydreaming, so don't throw that in. This is not about daydreaming or floating along on, well, someday this is going to happen, or somehow this is going to happen, or when this happens, I'll be whatever. It's not about daydreaming. It's about using the spiritual laws that we have at our disposal, right? Like the law of attraction, like the law of cause and effect, like the law of compensations, to affect change in our thinking, which then will outpicture as changes in our lives at some time along the timeline. When we conceive of a greater experience of life and we make that greater experience our own, right? We believe it, we embody it, we incorporate it in our life as if, in the present, it tends to outpicture as conditions in our lives when we get there in the future. Right? Ernest Holmes said that, himself about acting as if, about feeling it, knowing it, encouraging it, using our imagination to really feel the changes that we desire. And then it tends to outpicturing. In order to do this, we must change our thinking in the present, in the only place that we have any power. It's in the present moment, right? We must change our thinking in order to change our lives sometime down the road. Sounds familiar, right? That's our tagline. That's the tagline of the science of mind and spirit. Change your thinking, change your life. That's what we do. We change, we grow, we evolve, we demonstrate a greater idea of happiness as we change our minds. Now, that doesn't mean our situations or our conditions instantly change. They may not. They may not change at all, but what happens is we change the way we think about them. And we do this over and over during the course of our lives. We change our thinking, we evolve, we see things differently. The things may not change. We have changed. At one point, think about it, right? At one point, I believed in Santa Claus, right? And then we evolve and we change and we grow. I no longer believe in Santa Claus. And then we change and we grow some more. I realize a deeper meaning in the Santa Claus story. And then we continue to grow and we continue to change. And then, I become Santa Claus, right? This is really what happens. We grow, we change, we evolve our beliefs, our understandings. And as we change our experience of life. In What Religious Science Teaches, Ernest Holmes said this. He said, "The ultimate goal of life does not mean we shall ever arrive at a spiritual destination where everything remains static and inactive. That to which our present understanding seems to be an ultimate goal will, when attained, be but the starting point for further evolution. We believe in an internal upward spiral of existence." Right? We set our minds on something. We set our minds on a goal. We work toward the goal. We go for the goal. We do everything we can to achieve the goal. We get the goal. Then what happens? Well, there's something new on the horizon, then, isn't there? There's something else. There's some greater expression of you that longs to be birthed through you. You know, where you are right now in your life today maybe seemed like a fantasy 10 years ago, or 20, or 5. Where you are today may be what you longed for years ago. But now it's a reality. Well, you kept your eyes on the goal while living in the present, all the while imagining and affirming the future that you desired. And now you're living it. Now what? Right? Now what? There's something else. There's something else you can do. Affirming and imagining in the present affects your future. Well, what could possibly go wrong there? Right? You got to think about that because we have free will. So we can think whatever we want to think. Well, I'll tell you what can go haywire. Or actually, Joseph Cosman will tell you because he said this. Obstacles are what you see when you turn your eyes away from your goal. Let me say that again. Obstacles are what you see when you turn your eyes away from the goal. We tend to outpicture, like Ernest Holmes said, we tend to outpicture with monotonous regularity the thoughts we think on a regular basis. And so when we come to a teaching like this, when we come to a faith philosophy like New Thought, we understand that change our thinking, change our lives, but that changing our thinking thing can be pretty tricky and pretty challenging because we tend to go back to our habit beliefs, because we go back to our habit thoughts, because we tend to go with monotonous regularity to the thoughts we regularly think. We tend to, on a regular basis, believe what we are in the habit of believing, whether or not it's true. We are forever outpicturing our most predominant thoughts about our lives. And in A New Design for Living, Ernest Holmes said this. He said, one of the most difficult things for anyone to realize is that he is always a success. So just breathe that in for a minute. He goes on to write, as contradictory as this might seem, it is nevertheless true. We are always being successful. We are always achieving the goal we have set up for ourselves in thought. Some people may win themselves terrific success at always being a failure in business. Others may succeed in experiencing ill health. Still others will absolutely succeed in being friendless. We always succeed. So our immediate problem is not with success, but what kind of success we are having. We are always outpicturing our most predominant thought. So what are you outpicturing? What are you outpicturing with monotonous regularity? Because they are results of the thoughts you are thinking now, the thoughts you are thinking today. And are you thinking thoughts of what you want, what you desire, what you love, what you long for, or are you thinking thoughts of fear? Right? If we are successful at failing at something, right, or being lonely, or being sick, we have to change our thinking first. Before anything else can change, we know this is true, that everything begins in consciousness. So if we are going to change our lives, first we must change our thoughts. First, we must change our beliefs. First, we must feel that new truth, that new thought is true for us. As we change our mind now, the conditions will follow in the future. This is the mind training. This is the mind training of the science of mind and spirit. Now, mind only gets us so far, and that's why it was called mind and spirit, right? Because spirit takes us the rest of the way by grace. But we have to do the work up front. We have to change our minds first. We have trained minds or we have untrained minds. right? It's just like, I remember Jacob Glass used to talk about the puppy on the paper, right? When you're going to train housebreak a puppy, what do? You put it on the paper, right? And that's what you do. You put it on the paper. And the little puppy wanders away and pees on your rug. But you don't get mad at the puppy. It's not the puppy's fault. You just take it and you put the puppy back on the paper. That's what we do with our minds in order to train them. We bring the mind back to what we know is truth. This is a mind training. And we have trained minds or untrained minds. And we have tendencies to look at life. Some of us tend to futurize life. Some of us tend to look at the past and kind of linger in the past. Some of us stay absolutely focused in the present. Now, there's nothing wrong with either one of those, or actually nothing wrong with any of those three ways of looking at life. The thing is, if we get out of balance about it, it tends to hinder us. Because if we're always futurizing, if we're always thinking in the future, then we're good at making plans. Then we have no trouble discussing the future and where I hope to be and where I want to be and meeting goals and things like that. But we can be missing out in the present moment, and we can feel a loss, right? When we're living fully immersed in the present, sometimes we give up the goals too easily because it's not working out right here, right now. Right? We have a tendency not to try to postpone that idea of reaching a goal. So we're like, it's not worth it, We're way more spontaneous in the present, but we're maybe not prepared for the future. And then the people that have a tendency to look only at the past long for the way it was, right? The way it was, the way it's been. I want what I want. I want it back on the good old days, right? The good old days. So there's nothing wrong with either or any of those ways of thinking. It is only when they get out of balance, when we're spending way too much time in one or the other one, that we wind up having problems changing our thinking and changing our lives. So what is it I want to say about that? And it's because we have not trained our minds, right? We just wander off. Don't you do that when you try to meditate? Have you ever done that, meditating? You just have all the greatest intentions in the world, and you sit on your meditation cushion, then all of a sudden you're like someplace else. You're on your shopping list, or you're thinking about what somebody said and what it meant and what you should have said back, and all this kind of stuff, because our minds just wander off into the past with regret, wander off into the future with worry, any place but the present moment. And the present moment is where our power resides. The ability to change our thinking and then change our lives sometime down the road is in the present moment. And here is a quote by, I think it was Micah Steinborn. She said this. She said, "The untutored mind does not like to be alone by itself." And I think that's what we experienced, isn't it? That's what we experience in meditation. If we have that untutored mind, it does not like to be alone by itself. And so it winds up going off and thinking of all sorts of other things rather than doing the work right in front of us, which is planting those seeds. Because that's what the time spent in meditation, in affirmative prayer, in visioning, that's what we're doing. We are cultivating the field. We are fertilizing the soil. We are preparing for that new thought to take root and to change our future. Ernest Holmes, in the Holmes Reader on Meaning, said, "Too often we sit around dreaming of great things to come, big events that may transpire in the future, rather than seizing the opportunity that is always at hand to accomplish the things we are doing, whatever they may be." So this is the moving your feet part. And, even sitting in meditation is part of the doing part, because that's what you're doing. Even in the stillness, that's what you're doing. You are preparing the soil, you are fertilizing, you are watering, you are creating a receptive medium so that those thoughts that you're changing, those new thoughts that you're incorporating into yourself and believing and feeling and resonating in, will have a receptive soil to grow, to bloom, to break the surface, to change your life at the appropriate time in the future. You know, one of the experiments that they did with people in meditation, when they were like, here, sit in this room, don't get out of this chair, don't do anything but think. That's all you need to do is just sit there and think. And they took away all their, their phones and everything like that. And the only thing that they could do was to give themselves an electrical shock. That was it. If they just couldn't stand to sit there any longer. That was the only thing that they can do. And people want to do something more than they just want to be something, right? Or just exist. And they would rather experience unpleasantness than to just sit with themselves in their minds. And a good number of people actually shock themselves in that experiment rather than sit there and just be with their own minds in the silence. Now, I find that rather shocking. No, I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I meant. That's really kind of bizarre, isn't it? That people would rather experience an uncomfortable feeling like shocking themselves rather than just sit in the silence. But see, that is the mind training. That's what we must do. To achieve what we want to achieve in the future, we must change our thinking in the present. And the idea is to bring into equilibrium, to bring into balance our thoughts, right? We have thoughts of the future, we have thoughts of the past, but to bring that all into the present moment, because that is the only moment that we have the power to change, to plant those seeds in order to grow something different for our future. What are you spending your mental currency on? That's the question. In the now, in the present moment, what are you placing your attention on? Because here's the deal. Whatever you're placing your attention on is your intention. Your attention is your intention. So if you're spending all your time and ain't it awful, and this is never going to work out, or I'm never going to become whatever, that becomes your intention because that's what you're focused on. If you tend to be future folk, right, you may be spending more of your time ahead of yourself, and you're not in your power there, If you tend to be a present-based person, you may not be affirming what you really desire because now you don't know if it's going to happen or not, right? Because you don't trust the future enough maybe, or you doubt your ability to make those changes. We know that all of our power exists in the present moment, in the now. And if we're not in it, we're not making good use of it. If we are not consciously in the present moment, we're not making good use of the power that we have, the power that we are, the power that is flowing through us. So taking the long view means being fully present in the now. I know it sounds like a contradiction in terms, but it's what we must do. To have a long view is to plan for the future while fully occupying the present. Ernest Holmes, in Living the Science of Mind, said this: for every man, I would say human person, right? Let's say, for everyone is the cause of his own experience, whether he knows it or not. We are all carrying negative experiences of our past into our future, merely because we have not disconnected from them in our minds. If we are creating a negative future, it is because we have not changed our thought about it. And all of that work must be done right here, right now. That's what the long view is all about. Changing things, being fully present right here in the now, affirming a greater expression of ourselves and our lives and our achievements and our goals and our dreams and our desires and our aspirations. And they must be greater right now than ever before if we expect to attain them in the future. So we affirm now. We pray now. We visualize now as if. if we want to change our future, we must change our thoughts today. And you know, we can use whatever technique we want to, and there's a gazillion of them out there. I looked them all up this past week. There's oodles of ways to change your thinking. I mean, we recommend meditation, right? And affirmative prayer and visioning and all sorts of things. But when our minds tend to wander off, like the puppy in the paper, right? To put the puppy back, there's all kinds of ways you can do it. There's all kinds of tools and techniques that we can use when we find that our minds have wandered off. One of them is, I love this one, the radio station. Have you ever done the radio station, right? You're sitting maybe in meditation and you start thinking about the future or thinking about the past or whatever, right? So start narrating your own thoughts. Oh, this is, WRRY radio coming to you with all the bad news you could possibly think of. You're thinking of everything that can go wrong in your life, and here we are broadcasting it to you live in your own mind. It's a good thing, right? Well, if you're on the West Coast, it wouldn't be a W, it would be a K. KRUD radio. All the crappy news you could possibly think of. It's all coming to you live, streaming right into your brain. What happens is it interrupts that cycle. It interrupts the circuit of your wandering mind, and it brings you back to the present. You can do the viewing from above technique. I love that one. I do that quite often. In meditation, when I find myself wandering off, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at me, how cute that is. I just love it when I just wander off like that and I start spinning out of control. I am just altogether adorable. Love yourself right through it. Just love yourself right through it. Hey, I'm futurizing right now. Oh, I'm so adorable when I do that. Look at me, going off again and not being in the present moment. Absolutely identify it. Treat yourself well. Love yourself through it. Treat them like pop-ups on your computer. What do? You click them out. You X them out. Oh, here comes a worry thought. Click. I just delete them. Right? Oh, here comes a laundry list of things I need at Albertsons. Click. Just exit out, right? That's all we do. And that's what you can do with your thoughts as well. There are practical tools that we can use to keep ourselves grounded in the present moment. Because this moment right now, this moment right now, this moment right now, this moment right now, this is where your power is. And when we wander off, we can put ourselves right back into our power with our thoughts. Again, with our thoughts. Ernest Holmes said this in Words That Heal Today. It is only when we view life from the standpoint of an expanding soul, destined forever to exist somewhere, that we can make either sense or sanity out of the human experience. If we view life from the standpoint that each one of us is an evolving soul, destined to live forever somewhere, we shall see that in the long run, life must return to us that which we reflect into it. Life must return to us that which we reflect into it. Life is what we make it, and we make it grand when we look at the long view and make the change in the present. Change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking, change your future. There is a greater experience of life. You know it. You know it is calling you. You know it is within you, longing to be birthed. You are that greater experience of life, waiting, wanting to express itself through you and as you in the world. Make it welcome. Thank you.
Hey.
We all belong to the human races. We all have fears and we breathe the same. Air outside giving us precious life to be here today. Oh, in every way. Oh, yeah. We all belong to the earth and spaces. We will be wise when we see the faces of everyone, because we all belong, yeah. Everyone, because we all belong. Oh, did you hear the news? Well, now we all belong. Oh, did you hear the news? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we all belong. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, ba, 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 da, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Ah, ba, 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 da, 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 yeah. Take it. Hey, for my lovely, lovely husband, come on, baby. We all belong to the human race. Yes. We all have fears and we breathe the same. Air outside giving us a precious life to be here today. Oh, to be here today. We all belong to the earth and space, and we will be wise when we see the faces of everyone, because we all belong. Everyone, because we all belong. Hey, oh, did you hear the news? Oh, that we all belong. We all belong. Oh, we all belong. Everybody sing it. Everybody, you feel it now. We belong, yes. Oh, we are home, yes. Oh, we belong. Oh, we are strong. Oh, we belong, yes. Oh, we belong. Oh, we belong.
Thank you. That was Steph and Rob. We just love seeing you, and I want you to come back when we're in person. It's always just lovely. It's a lovely experience when we're all together in the same room, because the energy is so high and loving and joyous. And so I invite you to come back, when we're back together again. And I know it's going to be soon. You can just feel it, can't you? The energy in the air is the energy of possibility. So we are preparing this place for you again to come in real life instead of through the technology. And we're gonna celebrate that, aren't we? Well, right now it's time for our conscious circulation. This is another opportunity to celebrate. It celebrates the good that you've already received and your ability to pass that on to people, places, and things that support you spiritually, that nourish your soul. And if vision is that place, then we absolutely gratefully accept your gift. We know that this is through the law of giving and receiving, that we make a gift of our good, we pass it on, and of course it returns to us pressed down and overflowing. So if you are choosing to give today, we are so grateful. Thank you very much. I thank you. The Core Council thanks you. It is because of your donations that we're able to do this, that we're even able to come to you into your home with this technology. And it just warms my heart that you are supporting and supplying this to others by your donation. So generous that you are. If you are giving today, I would love for you, if you're putting a check in the mail, to put that check in your hand. If you donate online, bring it to mind right now, the donation that you make automatically through the bank, so that we can go within in prayer. And what I know is that God is abundance, and that we are abundance. It is a quality of God, and so it flows through us as we grow our attention, as we grow our intention, as we understand the limitless quality of spirit. We know and accept that we have as much as we embody, embrace, demonstrate, and know. I give great thanks for this good. I know we stand open-hearted and open-handed. We are that faith philosophy, open at the top for the greater expression of good to flow into our experience, and then to give from that expression of goodness. And so I know right here and right now that God is abundance, and we are that. God is good all the time, and that we take that first and best, and we pass it on to those people, places, and things that do the work of God on earth that we would see done. Giving great thanks that Vision is one of those places. I simply let it be, and so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully, gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully, freely. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. So do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. So do I receive, back to where my soul is fed. As I give, so do I receive. Thank you for my daily bread. God is the river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Thank you, Celebration Singers. It's so good to just remain in that consciousness of gratitude and thanksgiving. It's a wonderful place to be all the time. And that leads me right into the Miracle Minute. This is our opportunity to share demonstrations of answered prayer. And it's so wonderful because once you become more conscious of the miracles that show up in your life on a daily basis, more and more and more show up. You're conscious of more and more. And then after a while, it's like everywhere you look, there is another miracle happening in your life. So I wanted to share these from Brenda. Brenda, who is one of our professional practitioners here at Vision, she said, in a time and a place where people are losing jobs, she was able to find a part-time job in her new city where she's relocated that not only meets her financial needs, but also works within her schedule. So yay, that's wonderful. And she added, she was also able to purge enough belongings, right, to release her excess belongings. When downsizing, she reduced over a third of her stuff, so she's fitting comfortably in her new place. And so yay, we love that. We love how Spirit works so purposefully in our lives. So passing on, what is no longer needed is a gift to someone else. And I know that she had added in a later email to me that her brother and his family had been experienced COVID, and they are recovering quite nicely. And people, everyone in there, the little family pod is healthy. And so we are so grateful. We're so grateful for that answered prayer as well. Remember, when you have a demonstration of answered prayer in your life, please email me, Rev Patti, P-A-T-T-I, revpatti@visioncsl.com. Right? The email is .com. I don't know why, but it is. So email me, and so I can share with our group your demonstration of answered prayer. It keeps us motivated, it keeps us on our spiritual path, and it keeps us really in the joy and the thanksgiving, which is Spirit demonstrating in and through and around us. As we change our lives, we change the conditions around us, we change the outpicturing. What we know absolutely is that prayer changes things. So continue to send. I gave you the email address. I look forward to your demonstrations of answered prayer and to be able to share them with the rest of Vision. And now you know what time it is, right? It's time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Yes, we know what time it is. It's John Kirko time. Now sit down and listen. We are continuing our Vision meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us. We'd love to see you guys, say hi to you. We also have practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. Just come by and say hi. I know that we've got a select few people come, but the rest of you guys need to show up. I'm going to call you guys up and just tell you need to show up. So I'm going to start calling you. You're going to hear from me soon. I promise. All right, so Coffee Connection. We are doing that continuing Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning. Join us and Reverend Lori Sheets and the group there. They're getting together and just saying hi, welcoming, and it's just a connection. So join us at 8:30. We're continuing our uplifts Monday through Friday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. We do those and we connect with you with Reverend Patti. Usually she starts the week off and 15 minutes of just uplifting information, and they're really cool. She's got different themes, different stuff going on. Check it out. It's good stuff. And even if you can't join us live, you can watch it on YouTube and or on our Facebook page. So the season for nonviolence started yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I put into our e-newsletter a 64-day PDF of different things you can do on a daily basis to help go through the nonviolence, the season of nonviolence. So check it out. It's good stuff, and if you want it, I can also email it to you if you didn't get one yesterday. We have a couple book studies that are starting up. The first one is How to Be an Anti-Racist. That's led by Alan Olson and Daryl Thompson. If you'd like to join that class, you can email Alan at alan.olson@visioncsl.com. He's got a limited number of seats available. Email him and he can tell you more about the class. They're meeting on the second and fourth Thursday of every month, and so it'll be a good book study. Him and Daryl Thompson will be doing that. Also, the Four Agreements, started by Marianne Downs, one of our fantastic practitioners. She's going to be doing the Four Agreements in there. You can sign up on the website. We're going to be doing that at the end of February. It's on Wednesday evening, so sign up for that and join us for that. So we've been talking about a Ricky Byers concert. Ricky Byers, I keep saying Ricky Byers, Ricky Byers. Can you believe Ricky Byers? So we have a concert. It's a Valentine's evening concert. It's starting at 7 p.m. Pacific time. We'd love for you to be a part of that with us. There's tickets available on the website. It's going to be a streamed only, and if you want to do in the VIP program, you get to do a meet and greet with Ricky for about 45 minutes. Just talk to Ricky, ask her questions, see what's going on. Join us in there, and also you get a CD and or a book, a songbook from her. So really good stuff. It's a fundraiser for Vision. I want you to share that on Facebook or to all of your friends. Let them know about what we're doing and be a part of this. It's good stuff. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is Walking Home Together. Oh, isn't that special? And we have Mr. Nathan Fry as our guest singer. So be with us next week. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
And so I know you're comfortable, you've been sitting down, you've been enjoying the celebration. Now it's your time to do your calisthenics. No, I'm only kidding. But now is the time to stand up. I would love for you to ground in the truth. We're going to say our affirmations together. They are truth. They're truth about us. They're truth about the way that life can express through us and as us, and that we affirm is already happening. So stand up. We want to ground ourselves in the earth energy and the cosmic energy and just be one with this whole idea of oneness, that it flows through us and as us. So, here are the affirmations on your screen. I have them in front of me. We are going to say them together in power and in truth. You ready? Good. Constant and consistent manifestation is my long-term strategy. My positive thoughts today serve me for years to come. I visualize my dream life and watch as it unfolds. 3 absolutely powerful and wonderful affirmations. And I would love to say number 2 again. You ready? Let's say it together. My positive thoughts today serve me for years to come. Absolutely true. Just take those affirmations with you today wherever you go. Cut them out. Print them out. Put them up on your bathroom mirror or in your journal book, wherever. Just refer back to them and know this is the truth for yourself. Let us pray out. I give great thanks for today, for everything that it is, knowing that God is forever with us. It is surrounding, supporting, upholding, protecting, absolutely living our lives through us and as us. I know and accept that Spirit walks before us, smooths out the path, removes any obstacles, holds the light high for our further spiritual evolution, for our further spiritual unfoldment, knowing that we are an expression of the divine. We know that we are the place that the beloved has made a home, has made itself known through us and as us. I give great thanks for this moment in time and for the moments to come, knowing it is all God, it is all good, and so it is. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.